Hello again, and welcome to this segment of the Local Business Showcase, where we interview local Schenectady business owners. Today I have two exciting businesses to share with you, and first up we have a lovely lady who creates lovely things. Please welcome to the show, Debbie White. Welcome, Debbie. Thank you for coming on to the show.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Now, tell us all about KC Creations, your beautiful jewelry store.
Well, thank you very much. KC Creations was born actually a few years ago when I started making jewelry for myself. And I was a teacher at the time. And I also made some pieces for friends of mine. And I realized that I enjoyed it so much that I started to increase my inventory and I started doing some craft fairs and so on.
Is there a particular type of jewelry you like making better than others?
I started out making, I would say, more of an elevated costume jewelry, and I have gone into making like chains and so on, and I do pave beads, which are absolutely gorgeous, and I also feature Dakota stones.
Okay, explain to us what pave beads are.
They are they're made with Swarovski crystal. They can be round or oval in different sizes, and you would thread them on a chain. Lovely pieces, very sparkly.
Oh, we love sparkly. And of course, you made the necklace that you're wearing right there.
Absolutely, yep. And this is dyed river rock.
Oh,
Well,
see, I thought it would be turquoise.
No, it's river
Oh.
rock and poor man's
The
turquoise.
poor woman's turquoise.
Yeah, there you go. And it's also accented with Swarovski crystal, which is all I really use.
Well,
the
we
crystal.
love Swarovski. I can never pronounce it, but we love their crystal.
They're gorgeous, gorgeous pieces. Yes.
And what did you teach?
I taught elementary school in Scotia.
And
For
it drove
several
you
years.
insane, so you started to make jewelry.
Yeah, actually, this is, I would say, a continuation of like my creativity from school.
Mm-hmm.
I did a lot of things, a lot of creative things in the classroom, and this is a carryover, I would say.
So you started out doing craft shows
Yes.
and booths and
Yes, yeah, for different craft fairs. And I decided that I was really looking for more permanence. So I started looking for a place to open up a shop and found one on North J Street here in Schenectady, and absolutely thrilled with the location and thrilled with the size of it. It's just perfect for me. It holds all the jewelry that I make. And by the way, my store only has pieces that I handcraft. There's nothing else. Everything I make is done by me.
no junk from China.
No, not at all, not at all. And I make the jewelry there, and of course it's a retail store.
So I want to know a little bit more about your journey from doing craft fairs to opening up a brick and mortar store.
Well, it's very interesting. I did enjoy doing the craft fairs, but I felt that I wasn't making a better contact with my customers. I like it when of course, when they come back to buy more things, but I was very limited at the craft fairs. Here at my store, I can do more custom work, and I get my customers to tell me what they really are looking for. I also tell them to bring down outfits that they're looking for a little bling to go with it, and I try and help them out that way.
So could you bling up this outfit of mine?
Absolutely.
I know you can't get more unbling than a charcoal blazer, I suppose.
Well, as a matter of fact, I did bring a piece for you to model today.
Ooh, I get to be a model too.
So this is another piece,
Ooh.
and that I've created. It's a sample of my cuff bracelet, and it's like an antique silver, and I think they're very comfortable to wear.
It is, and I have, you wouldn't know this by looking at me, a very big wrist, so it's difficult for me to fit bracelets, and this fits beautifully, and it's comfortable, and it's lovely, and it matches my blazer.
It looks stunning.
It is. It's lovely. I absolutely adore it.
Well, thank you. I do take great pride in the work that I do. I back my products up because sometimes, let's face it, things do break. things do come apart, and anytime that happens, I'm right there to fix what I make.
Excellent.
Yes.
Now, you didn't have any business experience, really, though.
I did not. I am a teacher through and through.
Did you take business classes? I mean, leaping into a brick and mortar store from doing the craft fairs, that's overhead and rent and commitment that you don't necessarily have with a booth that you can do ad hoc.
Absolutely. So. But I think it's just the idea of the fact that I actually own this store, and I can really do what I want with it, in it, and it's just I just love that feeling of that ownership. And yes, it is much more involved than I would ever think. I had no idea going into this that it would incorporate so many different aspects of business, which I'm not familiar with, but I am learning.
Did you go to any classes? Did you go to see SCORE, anything like that?
No, actually I didn't. Everything that I've done so far has been self-taught, or I've gotten help from my family and support. So it's total learning experience. I'm still learning.
Evidently, you've done well in learning. You were good in teaching. Now you're doing well in learning.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that very, very, very much.
Now, you talked about having more interaction with your customers. How do you do that now with your store? Do you have an email list?
I do.
Have a website?
I am developing an email list, and I do have a website that you can reach me at, and what I want to do is encourage people to give me their email listing so I can let them know about the new pieces that I'm making, the any sales I may have, anything new that I'm featuring.
So tell us about some new fashion trendy things you have coming up.
Actually, I am going to be developing these necklaces for summer, and I'm going to be incorporating seaside,
Ooh.
and different shell pieces that I have on order. So I can't wait to start to put those together.
Well, Shelle, I always wear Shelle stuff because I'm Shelle.
Yeah, and I'm always looking for new beads, and new ways of doing things. So I do go to several websites and look at what's coming up. The colors for summer.
Ooh, tell us what the colors for
summer. It's a big thing. It's light yellow. We're going into blues, coral, another big color, and I think they're also going to be bringing back some reds.
Which looks so great with my red hair.
Oh, well,
pale yellow.
Certain shades are just stunning. So I'm also working those in.
So, coral, red, blues, and pale yellow for summer.
For summer.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, keep that in mind.
Yep. So you get your hot and your cool together.
Caliente y freddo. Okay, I probably messed that up. All you Spanish Italian speakers saying, what on earth did you just say? And you're in Little Italy, aren't you?
Yes.
And that's what made me think of that.
Yeah.
So
wonderful
North
place
J
to
and
be.
Little Italy.
It's wonderful, and the people are so friendly and very supportive. It's really nice. It's a great area to start a business and to continue on in it.
So what made you choose that location?
Because I've always known Little Italy to be a very busy, very friendly, very supportive area. Very community gated, very they're very neighborly people. I just love it there. I feel like I'm part of the family.
Well, Italians always do make you feel like you're part
and
of
that's
the family.
so true.
Well, we are so happy to have had you here today, Debbie, and I love the bracelet and the bling, and we look forward to seeing your creations for summer. Some shell in light yellow for me.
Coming up.
And again, they can reach you at what website?
I am at deb@kccreationsjewelry.com.
And you're at North J Street.
Yes,
in Little
36 North J.
Little Italy. Well, thank you again for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. Always. And stick around. You'll definitely want to see our next business. These guys are doing something that nobody would ever have thought of and making money doing it. So stay tuned. And welcome back. Now, my next guest has made a business about doing something that most of us consider to be a nasty, horrible, icky, poopy chore. Welcome, John Locke from Diddley Squat.
Thank you, Shelley.
Welcome, John.
It's an honor to be here. I appreciate it.
Well, I always like it when my guests feel honored to be on my show, but it's an honor for me to have you here. Now, Diddley Squat, I just love the name, and why don't you tell the audience what it is that you do?
Well, pretty much it's exactly what it sounds like. Dogs poop it and we scoop it.
Now, who would have thought that you could actually make a business out of picking up poop?
Believe it or not, your septic guys do. They come and visit your house on a yearly basis. Every 6 months, they clean out your septic tank. They haul it away. Everybody wants to keep their yard clean. They pay people to come in and maintain their yards, keep it nice and healthy. Landscapers come in, they mow right over it. Next thing you know, you got mounds of it underneath your grass. You're walking through it, your kids are getting sick, your dogs are dragging it back into the house. So it's a convenience. It's a problem, it's a solution, and it seems to be working out pretty well.
So what made you think of this in the first place?
Well, I can't take credit all myself. I did come home a couple years ago from the military, and finding work was difficult. I could find jobs that, could keep an income coming in, but nothing that could maintain my lifestyle or my standard of living at that time. So I sat down with my fiance, soon-to-be wife this summer, and we discussed possibilities of, instead of looking for a job, let's start creating a job. Instead of being told what to think, let's think for ourselves. Let's go out there and give it all we got and find something. So I spoke to a former commander, and he has the same industry, same kind of company. We're different entities over on the West Coast. He is servicing thousands of dogs per week. Thousands. We're only up to, up in the hundreds right now, but he was kind enough to teach us, help us along, and get us going over here on the East Coast.
So hundreds of dogs, that's a lot of poop to pick up.
You would be surprised. On a one-time cleanup or initial cleanup, when we visit our customers, we get to their home, into their backyard, front yard, wherever it may be, and we tend to pick up 6, 7, 8 months worth of poop left over from the winters. After that, if they decide to have us keep coming back on a continual basis, we'll come back once a week, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 7 times a week. When we come back and we continue the services, we're there for 5 minutes, in, out, corner to corner, side to side, front to back. They don't know we're there until they step into a clean yard. Amount of waste, if you think about it, a couple piles each visit that we end up removing because we're maintaining it on a daily basis.
So you've been in business now, you said 2 years.
Yes, we've been in business for 2 years.
So how did you initially start getting customers?
Well, the first thing we did was we squared ourselves away legally. And then we sat back and we said, well, to get customers, no idea where to start. No idea what to do. We could go knock on people's doors, which is illegal unless you get certain permits. We can go flyering, which is illegal unless you get certain permits. The best thing that we found was to advertise on our own vehicle, advertise locally, network with other local businesses, shake their hands, they'll shake your hand. Chambers of Commerce, other certain bureaus that can just show that you're not a fly-by-night industry and that you have solid ground underneath you, a foundation that shows your potential clients that, oh, look, this is a credible, reputable company, maybe small, local, which is a good thing. Let's give them a chance instead of just wandering around trying to meaninglessly hand out flyers somewhere.
So how many customers did you start out with?
Well, when we started out with 0.
Okay, smart aleck. Everybody starts with 0, but I assume the business grew over the past 2 years. So you started out with a certain amount of customers.
When we first started, we were looking at our first season of
0.
Our first season, we had 3 customers, and the 3rd customer didn't come until close to the end of the season. the morale really wasn't there with myself. But they always say the first 5 years of a business is the hardest. So, you military taught you well. You pull up your boots and you drive on. It's exactly what we did. We started speaking to certain people and getting ads put into newspapers. We started really going into diners and restaurants and seeing about leaving business cards there every time we got up off a table. Next thing you know, season number 2 is coming around. Our phone's ringing off the hook. We are cleaning dozens and dozens of houses in Rotterdam to Clifton Park, Saratoga, Montgomery, Rensselaer, Albany, and Schenectady counties. We are launching a 30-second TV commercial. We have our website, which is nomorepoop.biz, which is receiving over 1,000 views per month. And we are receiving inquiries nonstop through email and phone call. So year number 3, which we're working on, is projected to be our best year, and the future, well, many, many more years of Diddley Squat to come. I love waking up every morning and doing Diddley Squat.
So what do you consider a season?
Well, we consider the seasons, we operate year-round. We will come in the winter, we'll service the snow. Dogs keep going in the winter. I don't hold it in certain seasons, so I don't expect them to. But we can consider our main season.
You gotta stop making me laugh. Okay, so you do come in the winter.
Yes, we do come in the winter. We consider our main seasons to be the spring and summer times. When fall, winter come around, we'll notice that a lot of people tend to then give up on their experiences outside for the year and wait until spring. But what's important to remember about that is in 1991, the EPA, Environmental Protection Agency, classified dog waste as a hazard to our environment in the same category as oils, acids, and other hazards as that. So it is not a good fertilizer. It will burn, destroy your grass. It will transmit diseases such as parvo, corona, heartworms, tapeworms, dog-to-dog transmission. You have a little child. That ball rolls over that poop. The little child picks it up, starts bouncing around, doesn't realize it. Hours later, touching face, coming inside the house. Child has an illness, diarrhea, cramps, kidney disorders. It can all be contributed back to the feces.
Ick. So people need you to pick up their poop.
They do. They need to pick up the poop, period, whether it's us or it's them. Think of your neighbors. Think of your health. Think of your family.
I want to go back to your first season when you said the 3 customers. So how did you keep the roof over your head and not get discouraged?
Well, the roof stayed over the head because of family and local support. When you have an idea, you have a dream, regardless of who's there or what's going on, I wanted to go on with it. And my family stepped in and they helped me get through the difficult point and into today. Operating, making the money, the discouragement, it was all there. But as soon as something doesn't go my way, as soon as I get disappointed over something, if I give up then, I wouldn't be here sitting with you today. I wouldn't have made it through military my first week in boot camp. I wouldn't have made it into 4 years of a wonderful relationship with somebody that I absolutely love and I look to share this company, this experience in my life with. So it was the support of family and local friends.
And perseverance.
Yes.
And faith in yourself. And good advertising the second year.
It's good advertising the second year, yes.
Well, I think it just goes to show that you can take something that most people look at as a chore and would never consider making money doing. You formulated a concept, you went out, you persevered, you obviously figured out a way to do it cost effectively to make a living. And here you've incorporated recently, I believe.
Yes. We just incorporated this past month. March 1st was actually the first day. So we are now considered to be back at the fresh, clean slate. So we're now we're a baby company again. But unlike last time when we started, we're starting with a very good foundation of customers, loyal customers who have gone out of their way and put trust into us. And they are trusting us to provide them with a clean, safe, healthy yard every day. And that is our strength for each day, knowing that they have full-time jobs and they don't have time to clean their yards. Kids are going to come home from school and want to play in the yard. Well, they're trusting us to provide them with a sense of relief. You know, a luxury, yes, but a very easy and affordable luxury.
And you do dogs and any other animals?
Right now, we're just doing dogs. We are working on the plans to incorporate litter boxes into the company. There's specifics because of going into one's house and changing our litter boxes and stuff like that.
When I had my kitty, I would have paid you to change the litter box. I know that. Okay. There's a whole world of cat lovers out there who just pounced up and said, yes, 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 yes.
Diddley Squat.
Diddley Squat. Well, John, thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you so much for having us.
You certainly gave us something that could be considered, you made it funny, but a legitimate service, and I wish you congratulations on your marriage.
What's the date? Thank you so much. We're looking at June 15th.
June 15th. I'll have to pencil that in to make sure
All right.
I'm available. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you for joining us today on the Local Business Showcase.